Hello guys, I am S3D and I'm very excited to review my first ThreeZero 1/6 scale collectible figure. So, of course, this is from the brand ThreeZero, which is very popular in Japan. They do a lot of video game related franchise. Quite the opposite of Hot Toys, which mostly do like movie related franchise. I would consider ThreeZero kind of like a high-end collectible 6 scale company that produce 6 scale figures, 1/6 scale, 6 scale, whatever you want to call it. Some of the stuff is pretty good. Some of the stuff, it's just not quite there. But to be honest with you, it's the same with Hot Toys. I think I know people are gonna get mad when I say this, but Hot Toys is a great company. They're probably top of the game right now. Probably like the best in the industry, but some of their stuff is kind of overrated. And some of the stuff on ThreeZero is kind of underrated. So even good company are known to make bad products, and then somewhat less popular company sometimes make great products. This one's kind of in the middle. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box. This is going to be an unboxing and a review. So obviously this figure here is the from the 2014 ROBOCOP reboot. This is the EM-208, which is basically the drone robot, the prototype to the ROBOCOP. The ROBOCOP in the movie. So this thing is completely robot, 100%. They incorporate some of the design from the EM-208 into the RoboCop himself, Alex Murphy. So I actually watched that movie. It wasn't really that bad. I kind of like it. The story is kind of all over the place, but it's really not a bad movie. But it just got really bad ratings, and I don't think we're going to see a continuation of that. So the box is actually very nice. I think the design, they put some effort into this box. Of course, let's go ahead and take a look at the retail information. ThreeZero.com.hk, again, it's a Hong Kong-based company. They also do collaboration with 3A, which is also part of the brand. 3A, I believe, is like the American counterpart to ThreeZero, and then they make a lot of American properties, video games, and stuff like that. Like the Halo figures, the Doom figure. I'm still really interested in getting those. If I can find them. Obviously 2014, licensed by MGM and Columbia Pictures. 2015, this figure was released in 2015. There we go, ThreeZero logo, made in China. Batteries are not included. Oh boy. Okay, so it requires the AG1 or compatible coin battery. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you guys a light up mono eye function. And warning, this is not a toy, ages 15 plus. Contains small part choking hazard. So yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. I was hoping to light up the eyes. It takes 3 of the AG1 batteries. I have 2 in my Terminator figure, but I can't use it because I'm missing 1. So, okay. Well, here's the UPC, and the top of the figure show the head with the mono eye light up. Oh, well, it's not like something I'm ever gonna use anyway. I don't even use light up functions. I think they're just a gimmick. Here we have the side of the box, OmniCorp, which is a corporation. Was it called the OmniCorp in the original movie? I know it's called OCP. So, OmniCorp, I guess, we'll got the future under control. Okay, so here we have the box. It says EM-208, OmniCorp. The logo is different because I remember the original one has a P in it. I was a big RoboCop fan. Oh, I also like right here. Let's go ahead and zoom in on that. There we go. EM-208 integrated TX4 system, something made in China. Advanced weapon system. Oh yeah, I remember the movie. They have a factory in China, which is very funny. Yeah. Defective Chinese robots right here. Division of something China. Yeah. Anyway. So there we go. There's a figure inside the packaging. There's no accessories with this figure. So this is why this is going to be an unboxing and a review. I think you can get this figure anywhere between like $180 to $200. Of course, I got the hookups for this figure, so I'm actually very happy. I'd like to thank my friend, owners of the my local comic shop, for hooking me up with this figure at a very good price. So if you like 1/6 scale collectible figures like Hot Toys, Sideshow collectible statues, Sideshow collectible figures, 6 scale figures, definitely go check him out. He's, of course, in San Francisco, California. Check out Cars and Comics Central SF. I think it's cccentralsf.com. I'll put the link in the video description. Very good price on a lot of these 6 scale figures. It's got a very good selection. So here we have the articulation right here. Yeah, we have the articulated hand where you can flip out the weapons. And then reverse, vice versa. Again, you need 3 of these AG1 coin cell batteries. 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3. And there's the on and off switch that lights up the mono eye thing. It's a mono eye, it's just one eye right there, one light, and then it lights up. Yeah, kind of like a Zaku. Okay, so that's the instruction sheet. This is the only thing that it comes with, and then you come with this clear holder. Doesn't even come with a stand. And this thing is very light, just like the Hot Toys T800 endoskeleton. So. Oh, actually, no. It's heavier than the Hot Toys T800 endoskeleton. It is. It's slightly heavier. That thing is all hollow anyway. Obviously, you know that this thing is all made out of plastic. Some people will say it looks very toyish. Yeah, but if you guys handle the Hot Toys, the $350 Hot Toys T800 endoskeleton, that will change your mind. This thing is actually less toyish than that. It feels less toyish, feel like more solid than that figure. But that was a great figure. Don't judge a figure by its weight. I think they put a lot of effort into making this figure. You know, you get a lot of tiny little parts. The scope work, you just have to see it for yourself. I've seen quite a few reviews on this guy. People saying like this guy feels like a toy. Yes, there is some aspect of it that aren't too great. For example, mold lines that goes around this piston right there. Yeah, you can see it now. So yeah, you know, high-end, low-end figures. You know, this is something that people should not expect when it comes to paying like $200 for a figure like this. But hey, you know what? I guess every company is known to do this. Again, seam line right there. I don't like that. There's a gap right here between the parts, so that's a seam line. This is definitely a seam line. 2 parts snapped together like that. So I don't like that. Is there any seam line on the rest of the figure? Let's see. The legs are fine though. I don't see any significant seam lines or anything like that. So that's pretty well designed. The body, are there any seam lines? No, nothing major. Just lower legs. I don't see anything here on the bicep. It does have these screws. This one is humongous. That's definitely not good. Well, like I said, you know, on some of the Hot Toy figures, they also have screws. Like the Wonder Woman has a giant screw on her feet. The ankle joint. The Terminators all have, well, if you've seen my Terminator review, the T800, it's got a whole bunch of tiny screws on the body. Even the Iron Mans have some screws that are exposed. So yeah, I guess we just have to let that slide a little bit. Of course, it's not acceptable when you're paying this kind of price for a figure like that. You don't expect to see like ridiculous things like having a screw right there for the joints. Yeah, because that's unrealistic. You know, something that's like in this, if this thing, it's like in real life scale, you're not gonna see a gigantic screw like this. That screw will be like this big. Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. Okay, but the rest of the figure looks good. I don't see any seam lines or anything else. I don't think that's a seam line. That's part of the design on the figure. I think if this is a seam line, then that is going to suck. I don't think that's a seam line. I think that's just how the head is designed. And I don't think you can take this top part off. Yeah. Okay, well, let's see. Paintwork is very nice, though. I mean, I like all the weathering. It looks pretty damn good. You know, I just like these robot drones thing. Reason I'm getting this guy is I'm actually making a custom for a friend. I'm gonna turn this guy into a Cobra Bat. You know, the Cobra Battle Android Trooper. Gonna make a new chest plate for this guy. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting. So, first impressions, I like the way it looks. I'm just gonna overlook the some of the you know, shortcomings on this figure. Well, I got it at a very good price anyway, so I'm really nothing to complain for the price I paid for this figure. So, and plus, it's a money maker. I'm making it for a customer, so definitely a win-win situation, sort of a win-win situation. All right, so to store the gun, you just flip this back here like that. You kind of push that in there like so. And there you go. The gun is now stored in the forearm. And let me show you how that works. So basically, you just flip that in here like that. And then to get it out, you just you push the gun out here like that, and it flips into the place. So let me show you that again, just so you don't know. It's spring loaded. So, all right. So there you go. It's so easy. I did it on the first time. This is first time unboxing the figure, and I already got it fixed. So make sure you put the thumb in the right position. Thumb is posable. Like that, you can articulate this piece. So it looks like it has a posable thumb. You have the articulated index finger. Oh, all the fingers seems to be articulated. Let's see. Oh, even the what's that? I don't know the medical term for these bones for the hands, but yeah, it's fully articulated. Definitely not as good as some of the Hot Toys designs. Not even close. But hey, it's better than nothing, right? He can give you the middle finger. Yes, he can give you the middle finger. Oh, you think I'm worse than the Hot Toys? Well, screw you. Oops, I screwed that up. So you can still articulate the shoulder. Just be very careful with that part. You don't want it to screw around with that. Hand you can rotate. I feel like I gotta be a little bit careful with this figure. You know, otherwise, screw you, I'm gonna break on you. Yeah, it's telling me like he's gonna commit suicide because he hates me. He's gonna break on purpose. Alright, no, just kidding. Should not be talking about that kind of stuff on YouTube because I'm gonna get demonetized. Of course, like I said, this is adult collectible figures. So if you're a kid watching this video, I don't know why you're watching it. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and do that gimmick. You flip this gun over here like that. You pretty much trying to get it out of that little clip right there. Once you get out of the clip, you just let it flip. And it goes into the hand. Hand can hold it, and now you can shoot people. I think the part of the movie where RoboCop were going toe-to-toe with these guys, trying to see who was better. Yeah. And these guys were outperforming him in the simulation, but eventually they designed it a way so like RoboCop, his computer takes over, and then RoboCop is just acting just like these guys, or something like that. Yeah, it's okay. It's not bad. Articulation is limited. as you would expect. Well, some people would expect. I expect limited articulation right off the bat. All right, so far so good. You have this plate right here that you can remove. There's a switch right here. Of course, nothing lights up because there's no battery in here. You can open the door right here. And it's supposed to be a mono eye that lights up. It's supposed to be very bright. I guess when I do the custom, when I turn this guy into a custom figure, I'll install batteries in here. And then we'll check out that function in the later review. Okay, so these things are attached via like a magnet, which I like. I think this is a pretty good design. There's a little peg hole here to hold it in place so that, you know, it goes into the right position. The magnet are very strong, so I definitely like that. I like the design of this whole thing. I think this is a good figure. You know, it's equivalent to the Hot Toys. Well, actually, no. It's not as well engineered as the Hot Toy Iron Legion that I recently reviewed. That is a great figure. This one, I think this is good, decent figure. Yeah, it does have a lot of details, you know, which I like. I feel like there's a lot more surface detail to this guy than the Hot Toys Iron Legion. They're about similar in weight, so some people will say these guys feel kind of toyish. Okay, right off the bat, I can tell you I don't like these flappy panels right here on the arm, so I don't like that. That's one flaw. And I don't like these things right here, where I put my finger and feel like it's flopping around. Like, what the heck is that? Alright, so let's go ahead and go over the articulation. I'm gonna start with the feet. Looks like it's a ball joint right here. So you can do all kinds of things like ankle pivot and stuff like that. Let me see how. Let me just check this real quick. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. That's not bad. Can he do a roundhouse kick? I honestly wouldn't risk it because I feel like, yeah, this thing really gets in the way. So you can really. It's blocked, so he cannot do the roundhouse kick. So that's not good. But he's a robot, so I guess we'll give it a pass. It's not like it's like a martial art robot or anything. Alright, so I like that. No piston movement, unlike the Hot Toys figures. You know, I guess it was just not designed for that. We do have this gimmick right here when he bends the knee. This piece of armor goes over that back knee joint right there. Unfortunately, I don't think this thing's capable of even 90-degree bend. You might be able to modify it, but this is all you're going to get. So posability is very limited for the leg. That's a little bit disappointing. We got this floaty armor piece right here that I feel it's very loose and kind of make me nervous. I don't know how this thing is designed. There looks like some kind of spring in there, but I don't know the purpose. Oh, you can move it out like that. But what is the point of it? What is the point of this? If it really doesn't really do anything. It doesn't help with the articulation. Okay, well, I guess it's just there for show. We do have a thigh cut, so that's good. What kind of hip is this? Oh, it's actually a universal joint hip. But unfortunately, you're not gonna. You can't even raise a leg. I mean, I guess you can try it, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's a universal joint that is very limited. You can't kick back because this thing clashes with this part. So yeah, nothing you can do with the hips. So very limited in the lower leg articulation. We do have a waist swivel, so that's actually kind of good. We also have a joint right here. Oh, so it's multi-segmented. We got a mid joint right there. So, wow. And then we have a diaphragm. So 1, 2, and 3. So upper torso definitely have better rotation, articulation. This is a very good diaphragm joint. We have a ball joint here for the shoulder, so it's capable sort of rocking back and forth. This is actually help with raising the arm. I'm very scared right now. It seems like this piece right here clashes with that part. So you gotta be careful, and I just hear like a snap. So you wanna be careful. The arm you can raise this far. Let's see. The shoulder armor, this shoulder pad is independent. So okay, surprisingly, arm can go almost perpendicular. Let me change the camera real quick. Yeah, raise the ball joint really helps with the articulation. Sort of. It's still severely hindered. I guess if you take this piece off, then you can maybe move it a little higher. No, almost makes no difference. Yeah, because this thing clashes with this piece. So it doesn't make a difference. Okay, and I think you guys already seen that it has single jointed elbows. Very limited articulation for this elbow. We have the bicep swivel, but you won't go very far. Again, it just clashes with everything. Or it's just, I think it's designed to be limited on purpose. Oh, actually, no, it clashes. This piece clashes with this. So when you're trying to rotate it, that gets in the way. And now you can see 2 more screws inside the bicep, which I don't like at all. Okay, so single jointed elbow, not even 90 degrees. That's not too good. We have a ball joint here for the wrist. Yeah, the flip out gun gimmick, which I don't really care for anyway. I already showed you guys the articulation for the hand, so yeah. Don't expect to put this guy in too many poses. He's just basically like a sentry robot, stuff like that. We do have a ball joint at the base of the neck for the chest, and then the head is on. No, actually, the head is not on the ball joint. It's just the articulation right here. This thing is like a rubber piece. I think the reason for that is there's electronic wires that goes from the body to the head for the light up LED gimmick. And right off the bat, you're not going to know if the LED works or not unless you have batteries. So if you have a defective figure, like without the battery, you're just not going to know. So yeah, that seems like a kind of like an oversight. But either way, I think this is an okay figure. It's definitely not perfect. Some people say it's overpriced at around $200. Yeah, with no accessories, definitely overpriced at $200. My recommendation is trying to pay like anywhere between $125 to $150 for this figure. Don't pay more than like, $170 for this figure. It's definitely not worth some money. It's like kind of like a low-end hot toy figure without all the accessories. I know the Terminator T800 is like $300, but that thing is all chromed out. It's got a lot of very nice detailed gimmicks. Comes with batteries, come with a stand, and it's Terminator. People like that. It's a iconic franchise. And what other hot toy figure was there? The Iron Legion. That thing also come with a very nice figure, and it's got good articulation. This guy's, of course, is from a different company, but really got nothing going for it. If unless you really like the look of this figure, I know it's kind of hard to find, but yeah, I mean it's got good detail, but I don't think that alone is gonna have a lot of appeal for the figure itself. Unfortunately, I really like the design of this thing, so this is why I got it, and I decided to make a custom anyway, so that's already beneficial. But for the rest, the rest of the collector community, I don't really know. It's your money, so you decide based on the information I've given you in this review. So that is pretty much it for this guy. I do hope you guys find the information helpful. Stay tuned for more 6-scale reviews. I love collecting these 6-scale figures. It's the only thing that I collect these days other than model kits. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, so thanks for watching.